Excellent moment to every one of us today. We say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on our time zone. It is the global clusters again, and today, being Saturday, we have our accurate knowledge and information revolution. We are saying instead of NSAS, instead of end bad governance, instead of all the protests and unrest that never yielded anything to us as a people, as a nation, we are calling ourselves in the voice of the global presidents. We are saying, come, let us do accurate knowledge and information, whereby we guide ourselves and encourage ourselves that when we have the right knowledge, that's when we're going to have the right power. And when we have the right information, it's going to lead us from where we are to where we ought to be. Today, we are going to be diving in, but before then, host kindly share the video of accurate knowledge and information. Thank you.
Knowledge is power, and the knowledge and information revolution is about sharing it freely. We live in a world where access to education and information can change lives. At Global Clusters, we champion this revolution by promoting lifelong learning, critical thinking, and the free flow of ideas. This is more than access, it's about empowerment. By equipping individuals with knowledge, we unlock innovation, drive progress, and shape a brighter, more informed future for all. Join us in spreading the light of knowledge and transforming the world, one idea at a time. Knowledge is the foundation of progress. Be part of the knowledge and information revolution at theglobalclusters.org. Stay informed about new revolutions, events, and insights. Every meeting is a chance to grow, innovate, and contribute to a more enlightened world. The revolution needs you. Join us now.
The revolution needs you. Join us now. Accurate knowledge and information is what we need to transform our world. A very, very big shout out to the global president, Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmus, to say thank you so very much, sir, for all you do. We appreciate your vision and your care for humanity. And a very big shout out to the 001 Accurate Knowledge and Information in person of Professor Ladipo, Dean, Faculty of Education, University of Lagos. Thanks so very much. We appreciate all you do, sir, to contribute positively to the development and the progress of humanity and, of course, supporting the vision of the global president. I want to say a very big welcome to my brother and friend in the studio, Cluster and Fares. I see you, sir. I recognize you, sir. Welcome, sir. And I greet our host also, the man behind the scene, Cluster and Tennessee, Georgia. Thank you so very much. We greet everyone on YouTube. We greet everyone on Facebook. Thank you so very much. Today we'll be diving in our accurate knowledge and information. And since like the global presidents, we always say that every developed nation, all right, was being developed by three sets of people: by the professionals, by the technocrats, and by the entrepreneurs. And how were they able to do this? They were able to position themselves, guide themselves through accurate knowledge. And that's what made them have the power to do what they want to do. They guide themselves through accurate information. That's what led them from where they are to where they ought to be. Developed nations today, they weren't developed overnight, like the general words that we used to say, that Rome was not made in a day. So people evolve and people transform through updated information. What they were doing yesterday, and they feel like they need to upgrade and update and upscale themselves for better skill. Yes, we are in the world of new economy, digital economy. Everything is new and strange to many of us. But I believe that with the right knowledge and with the right information, we can actually make things out for ourselves. And today we're going to be running through some aspect, some aspects that relates to today's session, today's evolution. And today we're going to be looking at the role of education in building informed citizens. The role of education in building informed citizens. Now, education is the foundation of nation building. An informed citizenry drives progress, peace, and prosperity. The accurate knowledge and information revolutions of the global clusters always promotes lifelong learning. In the global clusters, we are always pushing for learning the right thing. That's why every of our informations there are updated. We are always hammering on, we've been hammering on the importance of AI, the benefits of it. We have been using it to our own benefits. We have been teaching it. We have been going out to teach the younger generations. And so good so far, the government, the federal government of Nigeria now made it mandatory. It's now in our curriculum. I am an educationist. I'm a teacher. We are going to the new session, by Monday. And all schools, most of the schools now, we are preparing, ourselves and our schools for the new era, talking about the economy and the curriculum. Now, talking about education, we say is the foundation of nation building. Um, Education is so broad and is in many ways. When we talk about education, please, uh, this is a very, very loud disclaimer. When we talk about education, we are not saying and we are not limiting, all right? Education is not limited, and we are not saying that it's only what you get in the four walls of the classroom, the school. We are not talking about literacy. Please, let's have that noted. Education is not the same as literacy. You understand? And education is not the same as you having the ability to read and write. It's different. We are talking about education, the ability to build upon your inherent skills and potential, to be able to develop your skills, your potential, your innate ability, what you have inside of you. Because we believe that nobody, like the ambassador used to say, nobody was created useless. Every one of us on earth, irrespective of our physical uh, structure, irrespective of our eyes structure, our ears, our mouths, our speech, our hand, our legs, features, irrespective of that. I've seen people that don't even have hands or legs, the limbs, and they're able to do great things, with their mind, create things. They has also create. So education is about being able to, you know, um, think critically, think innovatively, you're able to have to collaborate, to work with people, to communicate your ideas, what you think to solve problem. And as you're solving that problem, you are adding value and you're getting value. It could be in gifts, it could be in money, making you self-reliance, solving problem. A problem solver is someone that is educated. Let's put it that way, actually. And we know that when we are the for us to get educated, we need to get information. So getting the accurate ones now. So if you're able to have accurate information of anything, and accurate knowledge of anything that is solving problem, that is education. I can say this because I'm a certified teacher. So I'm saying this now. based on the fact that I'm licensed to say that, and I've been trained. I've went through the thick and the thin and thick, and I went through the training of education. So I can say that if you have the ability, you know, to think, if you have the ability to solve a problem, you know, and if you have the ability to be self-reliant, get value for the problem you are solving, you are educated. I've said that an informed citizens drive progress, peace, and prosperity. Now, of course, the accurate knowledge and information revolution promotes lifelong learning. You don't stop because you are doing something that is working for you. Doesn't mean you should stop, because if you stop, when there's a change in trend, you're gonna lose out. So when you continue to update and upgrade, you know, I am an educator. I don't just rest on okay, for the fact that I'm a geography teacher. I don't just rest on that, just focus on geography alone. I do a lot of learning and training. In fact, at the moment I just finished a course, with Cambridge University, talking about the SDGs. I got certified, and that's the fourth of such a scholarship I've been able to get through the information gotten from the global clusters. I've been able to do some online workshop, with every experience and expertise all over the world. I've been in the same class with them, online, and I've been able to learn. I'm adding to my knowledge. I've been able to relate to people outside of my own scope here, even while I'm in my corner here in Nigeria. So lifelong updating your knowledge, that is what education really is about. So why are we talking about informed citizens? Why does people need to be informed? Number one, people need to be informed to make sound decisions in governance and daily life. You need to be educated so that you make decisions that are sound, that are right, for you to be able to make right judgments and decisions about how um, how to lead, how to lead and how to organize your life, plan for your life. So you have a foresight. When you are informed, you see the trend of things and you'll be able to plan ahead for things. It's very, very important. Those things are not everything are taught in the classroom. The classroom life is just one of a thousand about what an education is about. So if you're able to learn, gather information from the right people, and you'll be able to lead right, and treat people right, plan your own life, that makes you someone informed, and helps you be better as yourself. So why do we need informed citizens also? Why? Informed citizens resist misinformation and harmful ideologies. When you are educated, when you are informed, when something negative is coming, when somebody is telling you something that is false, you're gonna be able to discern that this thing is not right, this thing is false. You know, rumors and falsehood. Rumor and falsehood thrive in the space of ignorance and lack of not information, lack of knowledge. When you are informed, you are grounded. You know, and that is why we're having the accurate. I'm very sure that is why the global presence incorporated, accurate knowledge and information into what we need to do. So instead of protests, in fact, a wrong information can cause protests, can cause war. There are some countries right now that are going into war because of little misunderstandings that was caused by lies. In Nigeria, there are some states, there are some communities that used to be in crisis because of lack of information. But now that we are having people enlightened, people getting educated, you know, now we can verify information. That's why we have peaceful people in Nigeria. Nigeria is becoming peaceful, and it can continue to become. We can sustain that when we continue to learn the right thing. Now, when you are informed, when you know the right thing, when someone is coming to you with a rumor or something forceful, something that is not right, you're gonna detect and you're gonna stop that, before it gets into your mind. Why do we need informed citizens also? Why? Informed citizens participate actively in civic duties. It's time to elect your leaders. You do that. Um, you obey the rules. You know, you ask questions when necessary. You pay your tax when it's due. You do things to support the growth of your nation as an informed people. All these things is what is going on in developed countries because everybody know nothing is hidden. You know what to do part time. So with that, everybody, when you do your part, you don't just let it for one person. Everybody do their own part because we are informed. We know that this is our country, this is our own space, this is our nation, and we have the responsibility to fix it. Why do we need informed citizens again? Why does it matter? It strengthens democracy, peace, and accountability. Everybody have their own opinion. Everybody is welcome. You don't look down on anyone. You don't say you are not my tribe, you are not my ethnic, you are not my color. You know, because you are informed. Most of those things are happening. Desegregation, fighting, segregation, discrimination. Is because those people they are not informed. They are not informed at all. When you know, when you know much things, when you are well informed, you see that there's no need for me to fight my brother because of tribe, ethnic, religion, or what have you. Because you are well grounded, you have the information. Now, the role of education to help this, the role of education. What is the role right now? What will education do? One, education equips people with knowledge, skills, and values. Like I mentioned before, I mentioned a very big disclaimer that education that we are talking about and the real education that we are talking about, all right, is not limited to the one you get in your classroom, like the one, two, three, the ABC, like speaking English. It's like learning languages and this learning how to speak English doesn't mean you are educated. For real, you are just literate. You just have the ability to write. Literacy is about writing. You understand? So being educated, if you have a knowledge, you understand, if you have a skill and if you have value, you are educated. And that's what education is doing. So what we are saying that even if you are an apprentice, we are so fortunate. On Friday, in our certificates, that's yesterday. In our certificates, we were so privileged to have our Madam coming around, Madam Ogundele coming around to enlighten us about how we can even sell our crafts. So you having that skill to make crafts, and you can make my cap, you can make my clothes. you know you are educated because the process of making the cap on the clothing and sewing the clothes, you are measuring, you are writing, you are educated. You are doing a lot of things, in that. So for you to have knowledge, skills, you know in the school, now in the school, the skill we are learning is the ability to write, is the ability to read, and the ability to communicate in another language. Those are skill. You understand? Then we are learning other skills also, which I'm going to talk next now. And this knowledge, skills, and value, they are not just limited to the classroom at all. They are not. So we should have this understanding, and we should go forward with that and act on that. Number two, What is the role of education? It promotes critical thinking and problem solving. That's part of those things that education will do for you. It's not just about you speaking English. Now, promotion of critical thinking and problem solving. Now, what is the problem in Nigeria today? We are hungry. This, does this. Now, education will now be, how can we solve this problem? In the global clusters, we are a whole lot of community. We are developed people in a developed country. You understand? We are developed people. Anywhere we are, as I am, like I'm a developed person, and I am a nation on my own. So every part of me, I have my government, I have my president, I have my everything inside of me. So with the kind of knowledge and information I've been able to gain and acquire, and acquire with all the trainings, I should be able to think, you know, outside of my problem and solve it. The global clusters, one of the problem that have been that people, a lot of people have been talking about. That's what brought about the global clusters. And the global president said this is the solution. The global clusters came about through critical thinking. There's no way you can just deny that, because when you have the time, to navigate and explore the global clusters app itself and everything is so broad. It's a wow. I am an explorer of the internet. I love the internet so very much, and I explore the global clusters platform, the social media platform, and social media alone, where you make calls, connect with people. You do everything you do on Facebook. It's broad. Connecting with the right people. Is it about finances? How you can even get some stipend for yourself? Is it about, okay, I have a service, I have a product I want to sell, we have a marketplace? It's so broad. And about problem solving, we are talking about the problem of food, hunger, and likes. The global president, in his vision and with his team, came up with project ARE, agri, real estate, and export. In the global cluster, we have our own farm. So we are a community of great thinkers. We are solving the problem of hunger while we are making money. You understand? So education, all this came about great information, great knowledge that has been acquired. So another role of education is encourages innovation and entrepreneurship. In the global clusters, like we have said, is a community of professionals, technicals, and entrepreneurs. We all come together. In the global clusters, I can say I'm a professional because I'm a teacher, and I'm certified to be that. I've been doing this um, for like 9 years now. I got the government job 2015, but before then, 2020, I got a government job. But before then, I've been doing some teaching job since 2016 and other academics like that. So I've been in this system, and I can say I'm a professional teacher. But in the global clusters, I'm learning to be a technocrat, and I'm processing that. I'm learning to be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur means doing businesses and the like. So I'm also learning, business in the global clusters community. I'm learning how to buy and sell. I'm learning how to buy and sell real estate. I'm learning how to buy and sell products. Services that we have all of them here, and they're always coming to give us the opportunity to learn how to sell. So we are learning this, and we are building upon this and believing that we are going to use this to scale up our own self. So that is education. So the global clusters community itself is like an academy. It's like a whole lot of institutes where you come to get education. And the global president has been so nice and very magnanimous to make this free, very free to everybody. You can all come, tap from this, gain from this, use it, and be better for yourselves. So it's very, very important that we know that education should make you innovative and should make you do something. You understand? Make you do something for yourself. The role of education again is fosters social responsibility and empathy. I just don't hate on my brother. I just don't keep grudges. When things happen, I I speak up. Expecting. All right. When every one of us are informed and we are enlightened. When you are being criticized, you understand? When you are being corrected, you won't think you are being picked upon. That is education. Some people, when you point out their wrongs, or what they are not doing right, they take it as you don't like them, you hate them, you are criticized for nothing. It's for your own good. You understand? So when you are educated, it makes you open and flexible, you know, to be guided, and everybody will be fine. Okay, thanks for the corrections, thanks for your opinion, thanks for your feedback, and we all move. As I'm growing on those feedback, I'm becoming better as an individual. That's the best way. And those are those things. That's why you see some people, yeah, of course, you feel like, oh, they went to school, they are graduates, some could have masters, PhD, but the way they take criticism, why are you talking to me like that? Why you this? Why? And everything will just scatter and escalate. No, that's schooling. Education should just, even when you are under pressure of criticism, you just calm. That's one thing I really learned about, from the global president. Anywhere he is, maybe online or physical, and is making his presentation, making people see the importance and the solution embedded in the global clusters. And because it's the global clusters, to some people look like what they've seen before, and they were like, and bombarding questions. There are some inquiry that look like, we don't believe you. You understand? And but you are sure of what you are bringing. That this is good. This is real. This is true. But because people have experienced so many setbacks and all that, they might want to feel like, oh, this look like what we were scammed with. You understand? But the global president will just always be calm, explaining, how real this is and how this has come to stay and to serve as solutions. This is one of those things that we could actually uh, get and learn, from others also as we grow further. And when everyone is being corrected, when everyone is being pointed out, okay, this is what you need to do better. We take it, and we also, the role of education also, even if you want to correct, you correct in love. That's education. That's what education does also. You correct in love. We criticize. We have some type of criticism. We have the constructive criticism and we have the destructive criticism. And we are always being enlightened and encouraged. If we are really that educated, we correct, we will criticize constructively, not destructively. And everybody will live fine, will live good, live a good life, one person at a time, and that will spread across to every part of our society, our states, our nation, our continents, and the whole world. We better for it. Now, let's look at education and nation building as we go further. Education and nation building. We said strong education, strong economy. Another disclaimer as a reminder. We have said education is not limited. Education here is not just go to school, learn how to read and write. You understand? Not just a forward. Education is about you. We have talked about skills, knowledge, and value. So when we talk about education here, please let's put our mind as knowledge, skills, and value. Those are what we are talking about, not just read and write. So I am saying that even the vulcanizer, you understand, even the carpenter, even the cobbler, the fashion designer, you understand, the craftspeople, they are educated. If everybody bringing their skills, their knowledge, solving problem, we're going to have a strong economy. We won't be importing things we can do here. We won't be importing skills. You understand? There are so many skills that we are importing. We all know. Our bricklayers, sometimes we import them. Our tilers, our interior decorators, we import them sometimes. So many. Our plumber, we import them because they don't have this. Because we have been, I don't know who did that. We have believed that education is only read, write. No, education is skills also. What are those skills you can acquire to solve problems? You understand? So when you have strong education, both formal, the read and write, we are not saying it's not good. You know, you have to do that. You understand? Then um, the professional, the technocrats, and the entrepreneurs. So that's what we are talking about now. When everybody comes together, we're going to have a strong economy. My neighbor can is good in plumbing. You understand? And I need the service of a plumber. I call my neighbor render the service. I pay my neighbor the amounts. We bargain. You understand? Instead of my neighbor coming to ask me for, please, I need 1K, I need 2K. You understand? If that's my neighbor render a service to me, that my neighbor will never beg me to pay for the service. You understand? So the neighbor will have that money with pride. In fact, I that receive the service will have to be doing, please pardon me, accept this from me. You understand? So everybody's and the money is going round, 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 and the economy is fine. So that means when you have strong education, we're going to have strong economy. Now, education and nation building again, informed citizens create sustainable communities because everybody is busy. Everybody is thinking of how to solve a problem. Oh, we have electricity problem. How can we solve it? That's what everybody is doing. Instead, everybody is brainstorming how we can solve this. Oh, we have a food issue. How can we solve it? You understand? We don't just complain. You understand? We have security issue. How can we solve it? Because we want the community will continue to grow as such. We have a community whereby we can look forward to give to our children, not the one that we will be thinking of, the one that our children will run away from. You understand? So when we have that kind of strong education, we can have a nation whereby is the community, the grassroots, everybody is doing fine, everybody is okay and is spreading across. Before you know, we have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful nation, and it's very possible. Now, education relationship with nation building also is knowledge reduces poverty and inequality. Knowledge reduces poverty and inequality. Like we used to say here in the in the global clusters, and of course, we learned most of these things from the global president. That for you as an individual to overcome poverty and hunger, and for you to be able to survive in this world generally, you know, and it's either you have one of two things. It's either you have a product that you are selling that is solving people's problem and you get your own value for it, or you have a service that solves people's problem, and you have your value for it. I mentioned plumber. There's nobody in this world that will be so comfortable with the restroom not working and just close the eye. Now, there's someone that want to fix that. That's the service. You fix it, you get paid. Nothing like poverty. You have money. Poverty is like lack of money or amenities or um, material resources. You have money, and of course, money is the exchange now at the currency. Yes, that. Now you use this, you get whatever your supply, you're fine. Okay, I need I have an occasion, I need someone, you understand, to give me a good design that I need to take out. I meet with the tailor, fix that for me. You understand? I get the tailor get paid. You understand? I need, we definitely need something, and everybody is coming together. Maybe I am an elite in a position. I will need the service of someone that is down there, a plumber. So inequality, there's no inequality. Everybody, we are working together because you're gonna come into my home, we're gonna eat together, we're gonna have conversation. So when you have the right knowledge, nothing like poverty, nothing like inequality. Some people are being segregated. But you are not being cared for because you know have a value to deliver. If you have something to deliver, so people will look for you. They sought after you. You're gonna deliver, and there are so many people, even that don't have the literacy skill, but they have this skill that can solve problems. They dine with the kings. At least the all the elites that we know, some people are selling for them now. Some people are making their clothes, some people are fixing their rooms. You know, some people are doing things for them and they're getting paid. So I can't do everything by myself. So we just need to have the accurate knowledge and the information, and the noise about or the cry about hunger, you know, and poverty will reduce. Let everybody. That's why we're talking about education. Get educated. You know, not just about the reading and writing, but the education of knowledge, education of value, education of skills. Very, very important. Now, correlation about education and nation building also is about it builds unity through shared understanding. You have a knowledge, I have a knowledge, we all share it together. You know, we all come together, we share it to the world. Oh, I have this information. Okay, bring your own idea, we bring it together and we build our nation. Is it very possible? You know, a tree can never make a forest. You understand? And when we all come together and work together, we prosper together. That's why one of the slogan of the global clusters is we cluster to prosper. So you bring your own idea, I bring my own idea, and I'm very, very sure that even the global clusters platform also itself was in, yeah, the idea could be bet by one person, but bringing everything together with how sophisticated the platform is cannot be done by one person. So everybody came with their own idea, even to give all this kind of platform also, and that is what education could do. Now, what are the key elements of education for informed citizenship? There are some things that are relevant right now that we need to learn, we need to know. What are the key elements of education for informed citizenship? Number one, civic education and awareness. Here in the global process, we always engage in that. You know, about our rights, what is expected of us, what we need to do, you know, what we need to be aware of. You know, I am a wonderful person. You know, I am born out of love. You know, all these awareness are very important. The mind surgery, they are part. Everything we do here in the global clusters is all about awareness, our civic education. Very, very important. Of course, we have them also in our general school also. Then another element of education right now is media and digital literacy. The world is information now is flying, and that's where everything is happening now. The digital world, that's where everything is happening now. The global cluster platform, for you to utilize it properly, you have to be digital literate. So you have to understand how the internet works, and you have to be able to learn how to adapt with the system, even with the with the advent of the artificial intelligence doing most of the things now. You need to understand how it works and to use it for your own benefit also. Then three key elements of education is environmental and social responsibility. You know, about the SDG goals, you know, sustainable development goals, learning how to manage our resources, how to take care of our environments, climate action, especially. We should take this very, very important. You know, the moving from the carbon energy to the green energy. You know, the clean energy. You know, is very important. We need to do more on this because I was very, very opportune, you know, to finish a course on that very recently. I know with the Cambridge University, and it's been emphasized that Africa and Nigeria in particular, that we need to continue to advocate for the pursuance, you know, of the sustainable development goals, you know, of the, yeah, United Nations, you know, to meet up with the focus of the 2030. Hopefully, I believe the governments definitely they are doing their own part to make sure that this comes to life now. And of course, we the citizens also we should take this into consideration because all the goals there, all the effects, that we put into the environment come back to us. Taking care of our environment. We've been talking about this. Taking care of our environment, of ourselves, of the government's properties. The infrastructure, the social amenities given to us. Taking care of them, not being destructive, is very very important. Another key element of education for informed citizenship is history and cultural heritage. History and cultural is very important, as Nigerians, that we know ourselves, as African, that we should know ourselves. Uh we are not relegated individual, we are not low people, we are great people with great mindset, with great potentials. You understand? We should go back to our history, that we are people of greatness, irrespective of our tribe. you know we should know our history, know that we have people of great great minds also in Nigeria, in our different tribes, that we can always look out for and look up to as role model. And of course, our wonderful heritage, our wonderful culture also is what we need to understand. My language is beautiful, but me having the opportunity to learn another language is a plus, an advantage for me. But that doesn't mean that my language, my culture, my person, is a waste. No, I remember, I know my source, I appreciate my source, I know who I am, and I will definitely represent, my country, my people, anytime, any day. That's very, very important also. So key elements of education for informed citizenship also, we have the STEM and innovation driven learning, the STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. All this also they help, helping us create solutions to the critical challenges we might be having for better living. Now, as we're rounding up, what are the challenges to education? Some of the challenges to education: one, inaccessibility and inequality. Inaccessibility and inequality. Like the blue presidents used to mention it, that the disparity between the public schools and the private school that is high. There are some government-owned school also that are doing well, but talking about the student-teacher ratio, is something that we are working upon, but still, we are putting in all our best, to make sure that we'll, we'll allow children out of school back to school. Very, very important. Encouraging them, making the school another home, creating the right value, in the children. Very, very important. So the challenge is, sometimes the children, they feel not comfortable in the school. So making the school comfortable and open, for children is very, very important. And cutting the bridge, breaking the bridge of inequality, especially in the gender area. Some people say female can't go to school, only the male should go to school. Some will even say only the females should go to school, the male should, all we do is that the most important thing is that every one of us, we are engaging our generations, into acquiring sustainable skills, or entrepreneurship skills that will make them sustain themselves as individual as they grow. Now, another challenge to education is poor infrastructure and resources. Sometimes when there's lack of infrastructure and resources, sometimes um, is impede, it set back the ability of the tutors or the teachers or the mentors to give the right information. Another challenge is outdated curricula. There are sometimes that, you know things have changed, and I really a very big, 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 big kudos to the federal government by seeing what is happening now, and quickly waking up to it. In those days, we used to be, we used to be we used to be late, in responding to the change in the technology and the likes. But now we are into it, and incorporating it into what we do is very, very important. So as we are updating our curriculum, supporting with resources, it goes a long way to help us have the right education that will help us build our nation. Now, the another challenge is brain drain and underfunding. We have our best brains sometimes uh, being moved out of the country. That's a challenge. Some people, because of these challenges I've mentioned and underfunding, they feel like they can go to a better place where they can showcase, their talent, their skill, and their professionalism. So these challenges can definitely be sorted, and we can grow from that. Now, what are the solutions? What can we do to solve these challenges that we have here? One, invest in quality and inclusive education. Invest in quality and inclusive education. Quality education is very, very important. You know, for you to have a quality and a sound adult, you need a quality and sound education. And do not forget, education goes beyond just reading and writing. And of course, we should open the door, for everyone to learn, making it inclusive, irrespective, you know, irrespective of their shortcomings, or irrespective of whatever that could be an impediment. Let's allow everyone to have access to quality and inclusive education. Another solution is update curricula to reflect modern realities. We have mentioned that, the government has woken up to that. They've seen that we need to do some overhauling, and strategizing about our education, and that's been done. Very big kudos to the Nigerian government for that. Thank you for doing that. And of course, another solution is encourage teacher training and development. Those in the professional line, in the education sector, we train and train our teachers, those in the formal education, and of course, those in the informal, the crafts people. We can take our craftsmen also for training for modern ways of doing things. So all these, instead of we importing people to come work for us, we can take our own people that learn this to go ahead to learn more skills. So everybody just needs further training and development. Or what is happening now in the educational system, in the formal educational system, that we need to upgrade. That has been incorporated into the curriculum. Now, those in the informal, those are learning skills, the craftsmen and the likes. Now, what are those things? How can you upgrade yourself, in your crafts? That's training also. When we talk about teacher, a teacher is not just only that person that holds the stick, marker, and the textbook. No, a teacher is anybody that have the opportunity to pass information, knowledge, skill, value. So a teacher could be a master in an apprentice, could be a master of a job, or a skill. So that is them also going ahead for more training and upgrading. So we have more skilled people in the nation, and everybody will be great. Another solution is leverage technology for digital learning access. We can virtually learn everything right now, in the digital world. Your Google, your YouTube, your AI, they are great. Google AI, your YouTube, they are great, 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 great school for you right now. You can learn virtually anything there. You can even use these tools, or to also upgrade yourself. To learn and relearn some things, making you to upgrade and learn better. Thank you very much, sir. I can see you, sir, the global president. Please, if you are with us, you can unmute as we're handing off, sir. A very big shout out to you, sir. So, as we are closing, we see that when we have education, it's is showcase. We are seeing how education um, showcase the power, of knowledge in shaping societies. This is possible, and we are calling ourselves as individuals, as citizens, that we should value and pursue education continuously. Another disclaimer: education that we are talking about is not just going to the four walls of a classroom to read and write. It's beyond that. You understand? So, as parents, as individual, let's pursue and value education. You understand? We are talking about education here. We're talking about the knowledge, the value, and the skills for nation building. Having the ability to have the knowledge, to have the skill, to have the value, to be able to identify a problem and solve it. When you're able to do that, that is education, 100%. Now, we should continue to upgrade ourselves, even as apprentices, as craftsmen, as business people. We should learn best way for doing things. Professionals learn best way of doing things for our best productivity. And as leaders, we are saying that okay, you should prioritize education in national policies. And of course, when we say education, it goes beyond just reading and writing. We are talking about the knowledge, skills and value. You understand? Not just the literacy skills alone. So we are saying that government also, they are doing that. We have them, we should utilize them. And of course, as a global clusters community, we are putting all efforts for knowledge sharing every day. We come here, we share our knowledge, submit our knowledge and expertise so that we can all grow together and shine together. And together, we can build nations where informed citizens lead. When we have people that are informed, we have a nation whereby it's safe, that is prosperous, that is proactive. We don't just wait for things to happen, but because we are informed, we have knowledge, we can put things in place, and every one of us, we're going to be living fine as an individual and grow. So, on the final note, as we are closing, we are saying that education is the heart of informed citizenship. Informed citizens are pillar of strong nations. With accurate knowledge, we can transform the future. We have the ability to do this, and that is why we are calling ourselves that instead of NSAS, instead of end bad government, instead of all this unrest and protest, let's engage in accurate knowledge and information. And we have talked about the role of education in building informed citizens. And we mentioned that education here that we are saying and we always emphasize in the global clusters go beyond reading and writing alone. Like the analogy the global presence is given recently is that that's market woman in that general market square that can sell properly even without being able to speak English at all. You know, uh, so far as she can sell and make profit and she can sustain that business to to support the family and the children, then that market woman is educated. Yes, that it's very very important that we take note of that. You being able to speak, another language, it's a privilege. You understand? It doesn't mean that you are educated. You understand? Yes, education, we have the formal and the informal. So you being able to speak another language apart from your mother tongue or father's tongue, you know, doesn't mean that you are more educated than that person that can solve problem. So what we are saying here is as far as you can identify a problem and think critically on how to solve them. Then in the global clusters, we regard you as an educated fellow. And how can you get that? By acquiring knowledge, acquiring skills, and value, and value that will make you solve problem. And of course, the global presence is dropping that in the comment section that education is more of doings, doing, not just talking and complaining, thinking, and profiling solution to problems is actually education. Thank you so very much. Uh, I wouldn't know. We have some minutes to go. I can see mommy grace to grace ma. I don't know if you have been with us or you got anything that we've been sharing. Kindly unmute and add your voice if you have been with us, ma. But I'm grace to grace. If you are grace to grace, sorry, grace to grace. If you are here, kindly add your voice. Thank you,
Hello.
ma.
Yeah, good afternoon,
Yes, ma.
Closire and Oluwaseyi. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you, ma.
Yeah, I only just, joined 5 minutes ago, but I grasped what you were talking about. It's good. Yeah, education. You've already said it all. Education is knowledge, giving knowledge of what you know, and receiving a knowledge of what you don't know. So we can't omit education in our society in anywhere. Thank you very much for everything that you do. Thank you for the time that you put in this session every Sunday and every now and then. Um, I don't know what we're going to do without yourself and our our ambassador Adekunle Badmus. Thank you so much for the assistance. Thank you for the help that you are putting to, to push this forward. The Lord is your strength. Thank you for the education, because this is education too. You are educating us about, and you are not just educating us, we are educating everyone about what they need to know to be able to go forward, at least, a step or two forward in their life. We thank God for your we thank God for your life. We thank God for your presence. We thank God for everything that you do. I don't have much to say. You've said it all, to be honest. As unless if I want to start repeating what you said in the last few minutes. So you've covered everything, and it is now left to us or to anyone listening to this platform or this podcast, whether here on this platform or on the other social media platform, for us to adhere to everything that we have been taught. Education, nobody knows everything. We learn every day, even if it's just one word, you know, that you drop or somebody dropped in our mind, in our subconsciousness. That's learning. So anyone listening to this now or later, will, I'm sure they will be able to grasp one word or the other and run away and run off with it. Thank you. That's all that
Thank
I
you
have to
very
say.
much. Thank you. Thank you so very much, man. I really appreciate
No
your
problem.
contribution and, of course, your presence today. Thank you so very much. I
Yeah,
was
most
really
welcome.
grateful for that. Thank you. Yes, I can see you, sir. Ayotola Michael. I don't know if you're on the call. You can add your voice, please. Question Ayotola Michael, are you there to add your voice? Okay. Uh, at this juncture, I think it is very fair for us to draw the curtain today on today's session of accurate knowledge and information. But before we go, we ask, who are we? We are the community of professionals or upcoming professionals. We are the community of technocrats or upcoming technocrats. We are the community of entrepreneurs or upcoming entrepreneurs, where we share accurate knowledge of our industries. Why? Because our knowledge is power, where we share accurate information because the information is like a bridge for you to move from where you are to where you ought to be. where we share accurate connection, because to whom you are connected to determine most of the time what you collect. And most time, your network sometimes determines your net worth. And that's why we are here every time on the social media platform of the global clusters to say, let's come do accurate knowledge and information revolution every Saturday like this. And we move into Sunday, and we talk about the people to people revolution tomorrow. And the social media platform of the global clusters is not just a social media platform whereby we have these meetings. They are very vital. They are like the backbone of the global clusters. And there are so many other opportunities, even for your financial freedom and your financial enjoyment, in the global clusters as you join the premium version of this. But all these series of meetings and sessions, they are very, very, very vital for nation building. And that's why they are made free for everyone to join. Come add your voice also. Come take charge also for your own, for your own development as a person, and we all grow together as a people. You can join us on www.theglobalclusters.org, or you check us on our Play Store, the Global Clusters. The sign of the app is what we can see at the top right. It's so easy to join the premium version. With 61,000 naira, you join the premium version, and you have access to a lot of opportunities to your financial freedom. You have opportunities to study some relevant courses, with the London Tea Career Institute, and you have opportunity also as a vendor to sell in the marketplace with a membership fee of 81,000 naira, whereby you come showcase your product to the world, and we all grow together. Seeing having you in our presence, you having the social media presence, and making yourself a presence for everyone all over the world, and they can do business with you. We have the project ARE that is going on in the global clusters, the agri, real estate, and exports. Is another opportunity for us to have our financial our freedom and financial intelligence and financial opportunities grown even in the global cluster. There's so much more in the global clusters. We urge you to join this for your own greatness as a person. It is very possible for you. You can do it. We are here every day in the global clusters to do a kind of mining. We are mining accurate, accurate leaders, accurate professionals, accurate technocrats, and accurate entrepreneurs. This is a mining hub for them. Every day, our meeting is all about coming together, making you a better person as an individual, and of course, one person at a time. We spread this across and we make Nigeria a very good place for us to be again. And of course, we make Africa very great again. Thank you so very much. Before we close, host kindly share the closing video of the Global Cluster session. Thank you.
The world is changing fast. The next wave of leaders and nation builders are not just waiting for opportunities, they're building presence before products.
At the Global Clusters, we understand that visibility, connection, and impact come first. Once you build presence, your influence opens the door to wealth, solutions, and sustainable development.
This is why we gather daily, weekly, and monthly to create revolutions of knowledge, innovation, and collaboration. Because the true future belongs to those who prepare today.
The Global Clusters is not just an organization, it's a movement. We are raising a generation that builds strong foundations before chasing products.
Join the global clusters today, because the future is ours to build.
Thank you for your time today. I am Klosin Oluwaseyi Olusagun. Till we meet again, thank you. Bye for now.